Hello and welcome to Designing with Ty video 1. In this video we'll cover how to locate backgrounds, PNG images, barcode, and nutrition facts. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is open up Google and you're going to search whatever theme you're doing, backgrounds. So we're going to be doing a Super Mario Brothers chip bag. So we're going to search Super Mario Brothers. Well, Super Mario backgrounds. And once your background, you want to click images. Then you can scroll down and locate whatever image, whatever background you think you're going to use. I always download 2 to 3 different backgrounds because I'm not sure and I like to play around and see which one actually goes better. So the way that I do that is I'll find a background I like, save picture as. I'll locate where I want my picture to be saved on my computer. I have a folder labeled PNG images. I save my backgrounds there currently. I plan to create a background folder, but once you get it there, you rename it and save. And once you get the couple of backgrounds you want, we can now move on to locating PNG images for designing. Now you want your images to be PNG because it's a transparent image. And what I mean by transparent, it means that there's no background on that image. So you're able to layer it a little better when designing. So you'll go back to Google again and you'll search Super Mario PNG. You always want to include PNG behind whatever your theme you're searching. So if you're doing Laugh Out Loud Girls, you're going to do LOL Girls PNG. Peppa Pig PNG. Sesame Street PNG. So once you pull up your PNG images, so if they are truly PNG images, because sometimes they don't pull up all PNG images, as you can see here. So the way to tell if it's a true PNG image is to click on the image, and once it's finished loading up, if a checker background pops up, then that means it's a PNG image. If it does not have this checker background, it is not a PNG image. So once you get it, your PNG image you want to save it the same way you did your background. Right click, save picture as, locate where you want to save your photo to, rename it, and save. You go ahead and download all the images you think you're going to use, you might want to use. Just make sure that you click. You see if it's a PNG image. If it is, right click, save picture as, and keep on going till you locate all the images you would want to use. So this is not a PNG image. As you can see, there's no checker background, so this picture will not be good to bring in to layer. Now you can save this picture and remove the background in another software. The choice is yours. And as you can see, these photos already have the checker background. You can see these checker backgrounds before you even press the image. That means that this image comes with the publisher. This checker background will pull into publisher too. The original creator does this so that no one can use this photo without buying it from them. Now, once you get all your photos saved, we will go on to locating barcodes. And basically, I just go to barcode. I have a very simple barcode I use on it. I use the same barcode on everything. What I do is I just stretch it, shrink it to numbers or letters under it. I just use AdWords and Publisher to do that. So I just have a really normal barcode one like this. And you save it the same way you do your photos. I'm not going to save it since I already have it, but you right click, save picture as. It will pop up for you to save, locate where you want to save it at, and there you go. You can always come and save your barcodes with the numbers if you want, but I use this simple one right here, and I switch it up when I need to. Add the if a customer wants a name under it, I do that inside Publisher. Now let's go on to nutrition facts. And the way I do my nutrition facts is, unless the customer wants a specific nutrition facts, I just use ones that I find on Google. If the customer wants a specific nutrition fact, then I just create it and I just basically type it in Publisher. So we're going to locate nutrition facts. And the way I find those is I type in whatever I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for a birthday nutrition fact, I will go fun birthday nutritional facts or wedding facts. Fun bar mitzvah nutritional facts. Whatever event you're having, just search it. Pretty much something's going to pop up. As you can see, one birthday party, one bundle of joy pop up. Just click and save them the same way you do your photos. I pretty much have almost all of these saved. So you'll just right click, save picture as, and save it where you need it to save. And there you go. You now have your amazing birthday nutrition facts. You can get weddings. They have Bibles, different ones. Just search and look around and you'll find what you're looking for. Now we'll go on to our last thing, which is our fonts. And I find my fonts pretty much on Google for free. I have bought fonts before, but if I can find it free, I am all about free. So I'm going to go Super Mario fonts. So you'll search whatever theme you're doing and just include fonts on the end. Usually the first one, font.com, is my favorite site. It's my go-to site for fonts. So I'm going to click here. You can scroll down. Sometimes the font is a good one and other ones have better ones you might like. So just scroll and look. Sometimes you'll get a form to a blog where someone's asking about a font. So just look at it and read through it because there's answers where people are recommending different fonts. So just look. The font.com is mostly free fonts. So we're going to click here and we'll see that a Mario Brother font will pop up. And if you want, you locate the font you want. So this is good. It'll work for me. What I'm going to do is click download. Then you will save your fonts to whatever folder in your computer. I have a folder label fonts. So once you get your font saved to your computer, you're going to want to open your folder. So I already have this font saved. So I'll just click open since it's like taken 20 years. While this waits to get open, so once you get, oh Lord. So once you get your font saved to your computer, which mine was just up, now it's want to act crazy. So so once you have your font saved to your computer, what you want to do is open up the folder to the font. So I'm locating where it's at. 1 second, people. Okay, so once you got your font saved, you're going to open it up. You don't have to unzip, so just open your folder, and then you're going to locate the file that says true type font file. Sometimes it's more than one depending on what type of font you have, because sometimes the font comes with like the shadows, the outlines, extra things. So once you locate the true type font files, you want to click, and then your pop-up window will pop up showing you what the font looks like, and you're going to click install. So once it opens and it shows, you pull up a window like this, you want to click install. And the way to show that your font is installed is that you will not be able to click install again. That means that your font is installed and it's ready to be used on your computer and any software that is able to use TrueType fonts. So it will be in your publisher or in your Words, Photoshop, wherever you use to create. So once you have your font saved, you are ready to go. You have located your backgrounds, you have located your PNG images, you have located your barcode and your nutrition facts, and you now have a font and you are now ready to design. So head on over to video 2 and get started. Hello and welcome back to Designing with Ty video 2. So now we're going to create our chip bag. We have now downloaded our fonts, got our backgrounds, and found the photos that we are going to be using. So the first thing you want to do is bring in your chip bag template, and there's 2 ways to do that. You can open up Publisher and open up Publication and browse for your chip bag template. Mine is going to be over here because I recently used it. And you can double click. Or you can also just locate where it's saved at in your computer and double click to open it. So once you get your chip bag template open, the first thing I do is I bring in all my photos at one time. So I'll bring in my nutrition facts, my barcode, the backgrounds I think I'm going to use, and all the photos that I think I'm going to use, because if I don't use them, I can always delete and remove. So we're going to insert pictures. And you're going to locate where all your photos are at. And what you want to do is click and control. So you can capture all your photos. So you want to click control. I'm going to find all my nutrition facts. So once you done selected all the photos that you want to use, just click insert. And it will bring all your photos here on the side. When they come in, they'll be grouped so you're able to move them around together. Just click anywhere to ungroup them. And the first thing you want to do is bring in your background and cover your whole template. So I'm going to cover my full template. and I'm going to send it to the back so that my template pops forward. And the way to do that is in the toolbar, bring forward, send back. So we're going to send back, and now the template pops forward. And you want the template to show so you know where your placement is going to be, because anything in the center of this square will be the front of your chip bag. Anything on the sides will be the back. So once you bring all your photos in, the second thing I like to do is to save as. And the reason I do that is if I'm in a rush and I need to save it quickly, I don't accidentally push save, and I save over my master template. So you want to save as, and you want to find out where you're going to save your things at, and you want to give it a name, and you want to click save. And it would change it up here. So if you're in a rush and you just need to get out the house real quick, but you don't want to lose your work and you want to click save here, you're not saving over your master template. So once you do that, you can begin layering your photos. And this is the reason why you wanted your photos to be PNG image, because as you can see, if I put Mario here, he's behind the mushroom, but I still can see him. So he's not, the mushroom's not blocking him. And if you would like to bring Mario in front of the mushroom, again, you will use bring forward, send back. So we'll click Mario, and then we'll bring forward so he's on top of the mushroom. So just begin layering all your photos however you want them laid. It is your choice. It is your design. There's no mistakes. You can always go back and remove, delete, whatever. So don't be afraid to just try something, because you can always change it. So these nutrition facts was the wrong ones, but I'm designing with them. And I'm going to flip him because I want it to seem like he's going the other way. So I'll go to the toolbar, format, and we're going to go to flip. And we're going to flip Mario also, as if he's jumping. And just move them all around. And as you see, this photo is not a PNG image. It has a background. And there's a way that you can remove the background. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't hurt to try. It just depends on the quality of the photo. And what you want to do is make sure the photo is highlighted. Go to Format, and then you want to recolor, set transparent color, and then just click the background. And as you can see, this photo does not work good with that because it removes the white from the mouth. So I would not use this photo to try to do that. I actually use a different software to remove my backgrounds most of the time. So once you get your things situated however you want, we can start designing words. But I'm going to show you guys how to change the color of your barcode. So you want your barcode highlighted, and then you want to right click, and then you want to format picture, and then you want to recolor. Just change the color, press OK, and it will give it a different color. Green doesn't really show here, so let's change it to red. And now you have your red barcode. Now with the words, there's two ways to enter your words. With draw text box and word art. The one I use most is word art, and I don't really use draw text box, but I'm going to show you word art first, and then I'll show you draw text box. The only reason I use draw text box if I'm changing each letter to a different color. So you want to press insert, and we're going to go to word art, and you can click any one of these. I only choose these two. When you hover over it, it'll tell you the things that it comes with, but I only choose the real simple ones because anything else you can change there. So you can add shadows, you can change the granite fill, add outlines on your own. So I'm going to click this, and your box will pop up. So we're going to just type in happy birthday. I don't meddle with the size here because the size change as you stretch the box, something that it does not do in Draw Text Box. So here's where you change the font. So that font you downloaded, you will click here and you will locate that font. Mine's was Super Mario. It's right here, but I'm not going to use it during this tutorial because it doesn't really give you the show and feel. So you just change your fonts here to any font you want. I'm just going to use a normal font. We're going to try get to Arial. So click enter and your font is there. And as you stretch, you see that the words stretch with it. That's why I don't bother the text size. So once you get your font into your software, you can place it wherever you want. And there's so much you can do with the font. I do a lot of playing around. I discover a lot of different things. So say you did happy birthday, but you want to add the kid's name. So the way to do that is make sure it's highlighted, format, and then you can go to edit text, or you can right click and also up here, edit text. You can go back and we'll enter the child's name and press OK. And now the child's name is also entered here. We'll change. You can change the way this it aligns left. Let me change the color. Left, right, center. You can change the spacing here. So if you want it very tight, loose, very loose. You can change each letter to even height here. And you can do vertical text. And it reads this way. You can change the shape here. So you can have it curved. You can make the curve circular. So this gold dot here, if you change it here, it does that. Remember, there's no mistakes because you can always go back. So just play around. I think this shape here is good for cheerleaders' megaphones because you can, widen it, make it thinner. You can give it an outline. So just play around with the different shapes. When it comes to fonts, I do a lot of playing around. So the shape fill is, of course, the color of your words. And then you can have a shape outline. And you might want to make the shape outline a little thicker. And you do that here. Go to shape outline, go down to weight, and you can change it. You can also go down to weight, more lines, and you can make it a thicker line, thinner. Change the color. You can change it to dots, dashes, whatever. I use these dots and dashes to make activity pages for the coloring books. So basically you can make what you call like tracing the letters. So do the shape fill and you'll do no fill. And now the kids have a little happy birthday that they can trace in their coloring book. So you can just play around. The dashes here. And like I said, I do a whole lot of playing around when it comes to my fonts. Now shape effects. So you can give your shape a shadow. You can choose any of these defaults here. Give it an upper shadow. Or you can just go to shadow options and you can type in your own effect. So you can change the color of your shadow. So we're going to do a green shadow. And we're going to make it a little bigger. You can change the angle, the distance your shadow is coming off of your words. So as you can see, my shadow is way up here. Let's get rid of that shadow. Reflection, you can give your words a reflection. You can go to reflection options, and you of course change it up however you feel. Glow, so you can give it a shine. You can change the glow color with more glow options or glow colors. Just play around. Remember, there's no mistakes because you can always go back, so you can make the size of your glow way bigger. You can make your glow transparent or more brighter. Soft edges, what that does is it basically takes away some of the wording. I don't really use soft edges on my wording. I use it if I'm going to create double color. So like if the inside of my chip bag one color and the outside is a different color, I soften the edges a little just to give it that effect as if it's like blending in. So I don't really use soft edges on my words, but you can make your word 3D affected. I mean, just play around. So I do a whole lot of playing around when it comes to my fonts. But play around. You'll find things you like and things you don't about what you do, and then you just, undo. Go back to format, skips effects. So we went over all that. So say you want your words a granite feel. What you would do basically is shape fill, and it's granite here, and play around. Now once you get your lettering in, we can go ahead and show you guys how to do the lettering with the draw text box. So you want to go to insert, draw text box, and just create a box. We're going to change the height up here so we can actually see what we type here, and we're going to type in happy birthday. Now again, I don't use the text box because you can't stretch it and the words stretch with it. You have to always highlight it for any changes to be made. You want to change the font, the height, you got to make sure it's highlighted. I only use it for this purpose only, and that's to change the colors of each letter. So if I wanted to make a file and have each letter be a different color, you're not able to really do that with the draw text box. I mean with the with the word art. So I use the draw text box for this, and that will be the only reason I use the draw text box. Now I will show you guys how I create my pictures into my design. So what I'll do, I'll insert picture. And I'll just click on this photo of me. Now, if you want to crop it, you make sure that it's clicked, and you go to format on the toolbar, crop, click crop, and then these black markers will pull up, and you just crop the part you want out. You can bring it in. No matter what you do, if you make a mistake, say I cropped it out, and once you finish getting where you want, you just click anywhere on the screen and say that I cropped my face out too much. So I want to go back and retrieve what I missed, what I accidentally cut off. So I'm going to click on my picture again, format, crop, and when you click crop, it would actually pull up the rest of the photo. So then you can go ahead and add or take out what you don't need. Now, I usually crop my photos into a shape. I don't like to just leave it plain square looking. So I'm going to click it again, format, crop, and then we're going to go to crop to shape. And we're going to do this one into an oval. Oval, circle, square, however. So when you go to, sorry, I clicked a little too fast. When you go to crop shape, you can actually change the shape up a little bit. So I can actually make it into an oval instead of a square, instead of a circle. So click here, and now I have my shape. But I actually want it to be a circle. So it can look like a little Mario coin. And we're going to create an outline for this. So you go to format, and you want to go to picture border. Click the color you want. And we're going to thicken that up in the same way you thicken your outline with the weight. It's the same way you do any border you're creating. So once I have my picture here, and have it uploaded, and I have my font, the color I want it, with my outline, exactly how I want it. Now I have my complete chip bag designed. And as you moving your things around, for people who are like sticklers on everything lining up, when you move your things around, you see this line that comes up. That means that, my words are lined up with the bottom of my picture here. That's if you want everything lined up perfectly. So once you create your design, you want to remove your template. You want to remove the template because whatever you see here is what's going to print. So you want to click the template and just delete. And now you want to save. So you have your master copy. And then you want to go to File, Save As, and then you want to save it as a PDF file. And the reason you're saving it as a PDF file is when you send it to be printed, or if you're sending it to a customer, they can't make any changes and come back to you and say the bag didn't print correctly. So when you send it as a PDF file, they are unable to make any changes. So make sure you just change the Save As type, PDF, and save. So now you have your master copy, your publisher file, and then you have your PDF file. Now the reason you keep your master copy is so if you get a customer and they want the same exact design that you created here for David, but they want it for their son Sam, you'll just open it up, go here, change the font, and just add Sam. And now you created another file for a different customer. So it's fast money, and it's very simple. Just save it. Remember to, if you change it to Sam, just remember to save it as, and create a different name for it. But always remember, PDF file. Send as a PDF file to customers. Send it as a PDF file to get it print. Whatever you're doing. Now I'm going to show you guys a faster way how I make my production a little faster. So say I have this Mario design and I need it in a water bottle label, and I also need it in Rice Krispie treat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag. So I'll highlight every item on my chip bag and I'm going to group it. Then I'm going to click and copy. Now I'm going to go open up my water bottle template or my Rice Krispie template, whatever template you need to use to create your files for your customer. So I need a Rice Krispie template to go with this chip bag. So I'm going to locate my Rice Krispie template and I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to paste what I copied here over to my Rice Krispie template. So once it finally opens, you're just going to right click and you're going to paste. So I'll right click and then I'll paste, and then that's pasting my chip bag here. So I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is ungroup everything, so then I can just start moving all my pieces to my Rice Krispie template. And then I'll insert my Rice Krispie logo. That's the only thing that I'm missing here. So I'll just send backwards to bring the template forward. And I'll just bring this here, change whatever I need to change. If I need to change my outline to a thinner outline, since it's going to be a little smaller, and that's what I will have to do here. So I'll just change my outline weight to maybe a 1. That'll work. And you just change your things up to make them all fit however you need it to fit. Just change till you get all your items you need where you need them at. Some things you might not actually use, so like this nutrition facts I'm not going to use, and I'm going to place this over here. And him over here. And we're going to make Luigi a little smaller and place him here. And then I'll bring in my Rice Krispie Treat logo. Place it where it needs to go. Save as. And basically I created the same theme, but just for a different template. I print all my big orders at FedEx, and I print all my small orders at home. I use presentation papers and brochure paper. I use presentation paper for every wrap. I use brochure paper sometimes for my chip bags. I prefer the presentation paper, and I use tape runner to seal all my treats. I know some people use hot glue. But once you get your things settled where you want, you're going to remember to delete the template. And now I have my Rice Krispie treat created. Very simple, very easy to create more than one thing, so you don't need to keep purchasing different classes to create different items. Thank you for watching. Any questions, email me, message me. Thanks again. I said, don't stop talking to me.